Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling crypto's two biggest players, Bitcoin and Ethereum. On the surface, they might look similar, but trust me, they are playing two completely different games with two totally different visions for the future. So let's jump right in.
This is the question, right? Bitcoin or Ethereum? But to really answer that, you've got to look way past the daily price charts. You have to understand what you're actually buying into. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack their core ideas so you can see the two very different futures they're trying to build.
So first up, let's just set the stage for this head-to-head battle between crypto's two heavyweights.
It really helps to think about them based on their story. You've got Bitcoin, the OG, the one that started this whole revolution way back in 2009. It's the undisputed, established king. Then, years later, Ethereum shows up, and its goal wasn't to kill Bitcoin, but to do something bigger, to ask, what else can a blockchain do? It's the ambitious challenger.
Okay, so if you want to get your head around the main difference between them, this next analogy is probably the single best way to do it. Bitcoin's mission, it's laser-focused. Just think of it as digital gold. It is built from the ground up to be secure, to be scarce, and to be decentralized, which means no single person, bank, or government can mess with it. Its whole design is fine-tuned for just one job, being a reliable place to store your wealth over the long haul.
Ethereum, though, it has a much bigger ambition. Think of it less like a currency and more like a single global computer that's running everywhere at once. A computer that anyone can use to build and run their own unstoppable applications. It's a platform for creating new things, and its currency, Ether, is basically the gas that keeps the whole machine running.
So, if you remember just one thing from this explainer, make it this. Bitcoin is a system for storing value. Ethereum is a system for creating value. It's that simple. One is a vault, the other is a factory.
All right, so we've got the big picture. Now let's pop the hood and take a look at what these two cryptocurrencies actually do.
Bitcoin's uses are straightforward, and they all point back to that digital gold idea. Yeah, it works as peer-to-peer digital cash, but its true power, its real superpower, is being that secure store of value. It's a potential safe haven, a hedge against inflation, in a world where governments can seemingly print money forever.
And then you look at Ethereum, and boom, this is where you really see its ambition. The list of uses just explodes. It's the foundation for smart contracts, which are basically just agreements written in code. It's the backbone of the entire decentralized finance, or DeFi movement, which is rebuilding Wall Street without the banks. It's the tech that powers NFTs and thousands of other decentralized apps. You see, it's not just a currency, it's a whole new digital world.
Okay, let's talk about what might be the most critical difference between them, their economic policy, how the money actually works. In crypto, they call this tokenomics.
Look at that number. That number is everything to Bitcoin, 21 million. That is the total number of Bitcoin that will ever exist, period. It's not a suggestion, it's a rule written into the code. It is scarcity enforced by math.
So why does that number matter so much? Well, that absolute scarcity is the whole investment thesis for Bitcoin. The logic is simple, right? If you have an asset that people want for its security and its protection from inflation, and you know for a fact that the supply can never increase, then as demand goes up, its value is practically designed to rise.
Now, Ethereum, it throws that rulebook out the window. It has no hard supply cap. And at first, that might sound like a huge flaw, but it's totally intentional. Remember, Ethereum is the world computer. It needs a flexible supply of its fuel, Ether, to pay for network security and meet the ever-changing demands of its massive ecosystem. It's built for utility, not for absolute, unchanging scarcity.
But here's where it gets really clever. Even though new ETH is always being created to reward people for securing the network, a portion of every single transaction fee is burned. It's destroyed forever. That means when the network is really busy, more ETH can actually be destroyed than is created, causing the total supply to go down. It's a living, breathing economic model for a living, breathing network.
All right, let's bring this all home. What does all this mean for you, the investor? This is where the rubber meets the road.
This table right here, this is pretty much the whole explainer in a nutshell. You have Bitcoin, digital gold. Its goal is storing value, its supply is fixed, An investment in Bitcoin is a bet on scarcity. Then you have Ethereum, the world computer. Its goal is network utility. Its supply is fluid. An investment in Ethereum is a bet on that utility.
So, after all that, which one is the best choice? Well, the truth is, there's no single right answer. It 100% depends on your own investment goals and what you believe the future looks like. Our goal here wasn't to tell you what to buy, but to give you the framework to understand the two very different things you're looking at.
It really does boil down to this one powerful choice. Are you placing a bet on the long-term power of digital scarcity, especially in a world of endless money printing? Or are you betting on the explosive growth of a new, decentralized internet and all the innovation that's going to be built on it? One is a bet on value preservation, the other is a bet on technological revolution.
And that leaves us with the big question, the one that only you can answer for yourself. As you look out at the future, which horse are you backing? Scarcity or utility? Understanding that choice is the real key to this tale of two coins.